There's something deeply wrong with the way people try to change their lives. A flaw so subtle it seems true, yet it keeps millions trapped in cycles of frustration and stagnation. Imagine spending years doing everything right, visualizations, affirmations, meditations, and still feeling like something fundamental is missing, as if there were a secret code no one had revealed to you, a mechanism behind transformation that remains invisible to most. The truth is, you're not broken. The system you've been taught is broken. And the most surprising thing? Change doesn't happen where you've been conditioned to look. Let's dismantle something fundamental. Change is not a linear process. It's not something you do through willpower or mechanical repetition. It's a recalibration of your energetic frequency. Most people operate on an effort model. If I work harder, if I try one more time, but quantum reality works radically differently. It's not about trying harder. It's about being different. What most people don't understand is that every effort-based attempt at change reinforces the very pattern you want to abandon. It's like trying to escape a maze using the same map that got you there. Your life is not a result of your actions. It's an expression of your dominant frequency. And frequency is not something you do. It's something you become. In quantum physics, electrons don't follow predictable trajectories. They exist in multiple states simultaneously, collapsing into a specific reality only when observed. Your life operates exactly like this. So the question isn't what must I do to change, but what frequency do I need to inhabit for change to be inevitable? And here's the secret that will change everything. Transformation doesn't happen in the future. It happens the moment you interrupt the internal pattern that sustains the old reality. But to interrupt this pattern, we first need to understand something no one told you about how reality really works. Here's the continuation, focusing on the double-slit experiment as a quantum metaphor for personal transformation. Imagine a laboratory in 1961, pristine white walls, gleaming electron gun pointed at a barrier with two microscopic slits, and scientists holding their breath. What they were about to witness would shatter everything humanity understood about reality. When electrons were fired without observation, they behaved like waves, creating an interference pattern that spread across the detection screen, multiple potential paths, simultaneously existing. But the precise moment, a conscious observer was introduced. Something extraordinary happened. The electrons collapsed from infinite potential into a single, definitive position. This wasn't just a scientific experiment. This was a revelation about the fundamental nature of reality itself. In that clinical, sterile environment, physicists discovered something revolutionary. Consciousness doesn't just witness reality. Consciousness creates reality. The act of observation doesn't merely record what exists. It determines what will exist. And here's where it gets personal. You are that electron. Right now, you exist in multiple potential timelines, vibrating with infinite possibilities. Your desired reality isn't something distant. It's a wave of potential surrounding you, waiting for the precise frequency of your attention to collapse it into form. Most people mistakenly believe they're passive observers of their lives, but the double-slit experiment proves something far more radical. You are the experimental apparatus. Your consciousness is the electron gun. Your attention is the mechanism that transforms potential into manifestation. The scientists in that laboratory discovered something terrifying for the status quo. Reality is not fixed. Reality is fluid. Reality responds to consciousness. Let's dive into those quantum manifestation moments with precision and compassion. 3 a.m. doubt moment. You're lying there, heart racing, that familiar spiral of anxiety twisting through your nervous system. Traditional advice says, think positive, or just go back to sleep. But quantum reality reveals something different. This moment isn't a problem to suppress. It's a frequency calibration portal. Your 3 a.m. panic isn't weakness. It's your quantum system downloading a new operating frequency. Quantum shift protocol. Close your eyes. Feel the anxiety as pure energy. Not good, not bad, just information. Breathe into the center of the sensation. Not to change it, but to become larger than it. Whisper, I am the space where potential reorganizes. Watch how the energy starts to dance, to dissolve, to reconfigure. Bank account checking moment. Your fingers trembling as you log in. That familiar contraction in your solar plexus. Most people approach money from lack, counting what's missing, mourning what hasn't arrived. Quantum manifestation sees currency as pure energy flow, not a fixed resource. Frequency recalibration. Before looking at the numbers, place your hand on your heart. Breathe deeply. Feel abundance as a state of being, not a number. Repeat, I am an infinite generator of value. The field doesn't respond to your bank balance. It responds to your energetic signature. Morning anxiety. Before opening eyes, that moment when consciousness first touches awareness, and immediately the mind starts its familiar doom scrolling. Traditional spirituality says, meditate it away. Quantum truth says, this is your most potent manifestation moment. Quantum activation. Don't fight the thoughts. Become the vast, silent awareness watching them. Your thoughts are waves of potential. You are the quantum field that collapses them. Whisper, I choose my frequency before my first breath. Vision board mockery. Moment. You look at those carefully curated images, and something inside you feels nothing, just emptiness, flat hope. Most people interpret this as failure. Quantum perspective. This is your system revealing misalignment. Frequency shift. Those images aren't your manifestation. They're outdated signals. Close your eyes. Feel the essence of what you truly desire. Not the image, but the feeling. Breathe that feeling into your cells. Let the vision board dissolve. Jealousy. Seeing others succeed. That sharp contraction when someone achieves what you've been attempting. Traditional mindset says, be happy for them. Quantum reality sees this as a precise energetic transmission. Quantum decoding. That jealousy is your quantum system showing you an available frequency. They're not succeeding instead of you. They're showing you a vibrational pathway. Breathe into the contraction. Whisper, thank you for showing me what's possible. Jim Carrey's quantum manifestation. Decoded. Before Hollywood recognized him, Carrey wasn't just visualizing success. He was quantum downloading an entire timeline. In 1990, broke and unknown, he wrote himself a $10 million check, dated 5 years in the future, for acting services rendered. But this wasn't a naive wish. This was a precise quantum frequency calibration. Most see this as a motivational story. Quantum perspective reveals a deeper mechanism. Carrey wasn't hoping. He was collapsing potential. His practice wasn't about the check. It was about becoming the vibrational match of the actor, who would effortlessly receive such abundance. 3 quantum practices. Extracted. 1. Energetic signature writing. Not just goals, but feeling state documentation. Write as if the desired reality is already metabolized in your nervous system. 2. Frequency embodiment. Carrey didn't just imagine being a successful actor. He moved, spoke, and carried himself as that version, before external validation arrived. 3. Detached certainty. The check wasn't a desperate plea. It was a calm transmission. No attachment, pure signal. The quantum field responds to certainty, not want. What most missed in Carrey's story. This wasn't positive thinking. This was frequency engineering. He was deliberately destabilizing his current reality's vibrational set point, creating quantum turbulence that would inevitably reorganize into his desired timeline. The collapse wasn't magical. It was physics, precise, inevitable. So here's your checkpoint. A declaration not to the algorithm, but to yourself. Type in the comments. I collapse timelines, not chase them. Say it as a code, a reminder that what collapses reality is not your old method of hoping, but the quantum method you choose to embody in this moment, because this moment is the manifestation. And if you can feel it now, then it's already here. 2 years of manifestation purgatory. Sarah had done everything right. Vision boards meticulously crafted, affirmations written and repeated with religious devotion, journals filled with microscopic details of her desired reality. And yet, silence, emptiness. The universe seemed not just indifferent but deliberately antagonistic. Each morning began with hope. Each night ended with a crushing weight of inadequacy. Her vision board, once a beacon of possibility, now felt like a mockery. Those smiling images of success, travel, abundance now looked like cruel jokes. She'd interrogated herself relentlessly. What was she doing wrong? Was she fundamentally unworthy? The quantum discovery wasn't dramatic. It was a whisper, a subtle frequency shift that happened during a moment of complete surrender. Not defeat, surrender. When she stopped trying to manipulate reality and started listening to the quantum field's language. First 7 days of quantum recalibration. Day 1. Confusion. Skepticism. This can't be real. Day 3. First synchronicity. A phone call from an unexpected connection. Day 5. Bizarre alignment. 3 separate conversations pointing to the same insight. Day 7. Something in her nervous system fundamentally changed. 30-day quantum transformation landscape. Physiological shifts emerged first. Her sleep transformed. No more 3 a.m. anxiety spirals. Her body felt lighter, more conductive. Intuition sharpened from background noise to crystal clarity. Opportunities didn't just appear. They materialized with a precision that felt almost supernatural. A consulting opportunity she'd never pursued. A relationship connection that dissolved years of romantic stagnation. Financial channels she didn't even know existed suddenly opened. But the most profound shift? Her internal frequency. She was no longer a beggar requesting manifestation. She became the generative field itself. Quantum timeline architecture. The multiverse as your personal playground. Imagine reality not as a linear progression, but as an infinite probability landscape where every potential version of you exists simultaneously. Schrödinger's famous thought experiment isn't just academic philosophy. It's your operational manual. The cat in the box isn't just alive or dead. It's both, existing in a superposition of states until observation collapses the wave function. Your consciousness isn't a passive observer. It's the quantum selector. Practical timeline navigation protocols. 1. Frequency matching technique. Close your eyes. Breathe into the cellular memory of your desired timeline. Feel the emotional signature before physical evidence. Don't visualize. Metabolize the frequency. Probability wave surfing. Recognize current timeline through recurring emotional patterns, consistent external circumstances, predictable relationship dynamics, energy drain versus energy expansion. 3. Dimensional shift markers, sudden unexplained synchronicities, time feeling elastic nonlinear, physical symptoms of recalibration, intuitive downloads, relationships transforming without logical explanation. Quantum truth, you're not changing one timeline. You're selecting from infinite existing timelines by adjusting your vibrational broadcast. The universe doesn't respond to your words, it responds to your frequency. Quantum manifestation, the operating system, behind spiritual technology's law of attraction, the incomplete signal, 20%. Truth, focus matters. Attention creates resonance, 80%. Missing, misunderstood as mental effort, not vibrational coherence. Quantum upgrade. Attraction isn't about thinking desired outcomes. It's about becoming the frequency where those outcomes are inevitable byproducts. Neville Goddard's Feeling is the Secret, the Proximity Protocol, 20%. Truth, emotional state precedes physical manifestation, 80%. Missing, feeling as intellectual performance, not cellular reconfiguration. Quantum upgrade. Feeling isn't a technique. It's a dimensional passport, not about generating emotion, but metabolizing an entirely new identity frequency. Abraham Hicks Emotional Scale, the frequency mapping, 20%. Truth, emotions indicate vibrational alignment, 80%. Missing, scale suggests linear progression, quantum reveals simultaneous probability fields. Quantum upgrade, emotions aren't rungs to climb, they're dimensional access codes. Quantum manifestation doesn't replace these teachings, it reveals their hidden mechanism. Like discovering the electrical system behind a beautiful house. Same structure, completely different understanding of how power actually flows. Quantum frequency calibration, nervous system transmission. Find a comfortable position. Spine elongated, feet grounded. Breathe in, 4 counts. Hold, 4 counts. Release, 6 counts. First, we dissolve contradiction, not by fighting, by witnessing. Scan your body. Where does resistance live? Jaw, clenching desires tension. Shoulders, carrying effort's weight. Stomach, storing unresolved fears frequency. Notice these zones without judgment. Quantum field doesn't argue with your current state. It mirrors, precisely, consistently. Now locate your desired timeline, not as fantasy, as existing reality. Your nervous system knows this frequency. Before mind comprehends, cells remember. Feel the done state, not hoping, metabolizing. Your body doesn't distinguish between remembered and anticipated. Only frequency matters. Lock this frequency, not a visualization, a transmission, quantum frequency calibration. Continued. Breath becomes rhythm. Rhythm becomes signal. Signal becomes reality. To help you stabilize this emerging frequency, we've created the Quantum Identity Shift, a precise transmission designed to anchor your expanded nervous system state. It's more than a guide. It's a vibrational blueprint that brings together neuroscience, quantum physics, and embodiment practices you didn't even know you required. The link exists in the pinned comment. But don't approach it as information. Approach it as a frequency amplification tool. Reticular activating system. Your brain's quantum filter processes 40 million bits of information, consciously presenting only 40. Not limitation, precision, neuroplasticity. Your brain doesn't just learn, it rewires. Each repeated frequency signal reorganizes neural networks. Not metaphor. Literal cellular reconstruction. Heart-brain coherence. Electromagnetic research reveals heart generates strongest biomagnetic field, not just pumping blood. Broadcasting frequency. HeartMath Institute demonstrates coherent heart rhythm can entrain surrounding nervous systems. Mirror neurons. Why embodiment works at cellular level. Your nervous system cannot distinguish between experiencing and observing. Quantum mimicry becomes quantum creation. Theta brainwaves. Quantum access state. 4 to 8 Hertz. Where particle becomes wave. Where potential collapses into probability. Meditation isn't relaxation, it's dimensional navigation. Quantum truth transmission. Honest objection. Deconstruction. Objection 1. Isn't this spiritual bypassing? Intelligence. Acknowledged. You're protecting yourself from superficial escapism. Valid concern. Quantum reality isn't about avoiding pain. It's about transforming relationship with experience. Bypassing suppresses. Quantum integration metabolizes. Pain becomes information, not identity. Not transcendence through denial, but presence through radical metabolization. Objection 2. What about physical action? Quantum paradox. Revealed. Action isn't opposed to frequency. Action is frequency made visible. Most people's action comes from contradiction, efforting from separation. True quantum action emerges from coherence, feels like flow, not friction, inspired, precise, inevitable. Objection 3. Isn't this just confirmation bias? Scientific deconstruction. Confirmation bias assumes reality is passive. Quantum physics demonstrates observer creates observable reality. Not mental trick. Fundamental physics. Double-slit experiment proves consciousness collapses wave function. You're not confirming. You're generating. Objection 4. Why do bad things happen if we create our reality? Compassionate complexity. Reality isn't personal punishment. It's information system. Bad experiences are unmetabolized frequency signals. Not karma. Not punishment. Learning mechanism. Quantum perspective. Every experience carries evolutionary signal waiting to be decoded. Objection 5. This sounds too easy, fast to be real. Frequency. Truth. Ease isn't weakness. Ease is alignment. Most human suffering comes from resisting natural flow. Quantum creation isn't about forcing, it's about allowing. Requires more sophistication than constant struggle. Quantum timeline collapse. Future self-transmission. Close your eyes. Breathe deeply. Your breath becomes a quantum bridge. Visualize a doorway. Not metal. Not wood. A quantum membrane between potential realities. Your hand touches the surface. Warm. Vibrating with possibility. Push gently. Door dissolves. Step through. Immediately you feel it. The frequency. Different. Not just seen. Metabolized. Your future self stands before you. Notice first. Embodiment. Not excitement. Pure, magnetic stillness. Wearing deep midnight blue. Color of integrated power. Fabric moves with their breath, not against it. No tension in shoulders. Spine aligned not through effort, but through knowing. Facial expression. Not happiness. Sovereignty. Eyes clear. No searching. No proving. Simply. Present. They speak. Voice doesn't rise. Doesn't convince. Simply transmits. Stop trying to understand the how. Your nervous system already knows. The moment you trust faster than your mind can calculate, Everything accelerates. The biggest mistake? Thinking transformation is complicated. It's a surrender, not an achievement. They step closer. Place hand on your heart. Not metaphorically. Quantum touch transfers entire frequency blueprint. Feel this, not as concept, as cellular knowing. Breathe. Integrate. When you're ready, return. But you're not the same. Frequency already shifted. Quantum identity calibration. Frequency descent. Phase 1. I want to be someone who. Energetic signature. Separation. Distance. Watching transformation like a movie. Common block. Believing change happens out there. Breakthrough. Recognize wanting itself is resistance. Quantum truth. Desire is already completion, waiting to be recognized. Phase 2. I'm becoming. Energetic. Signature. Efforting. Pushing against current reality. Common block. Believing transformation requires struggle. Breakthrough. Becoming is not a linear process. It's a dimensional shift. You're not improving, you're revealing. Phase 3. I'm choosing. Energetic signature. Decision. Slight contraction. First moment of true power. Common block. Believing choice is mental. Breakthrough. Choice is a frequency, not a thought. Your cells must agree before mind understands. Phase 4. I'm practicing. Energetic signature. Controlled vulnerability. Attempting integration. Common block. Thinking practice means repetition. Breakthrough. Practice is attunement, not doing. Listening. Your nervous system learns through feeling, not technique. Phase 5. I am. Energetic signature. Collapse. Total embodiment. No separation between desire and reality. Common block. Imposter syndrome. Breakthrough. Identity is a quantum field, not a personal achievement. You don't become. You recognize. Phase 6. I've always been. Energetic signature. Remembering forward. Time becomes nonlinear. Common block. Believing past defines future. Breakthrough. Memory is a quantum construct. You're remembering from the future, not toward it. Final phase. Quantum silence. No words. Pure frequency transmission. Nervous system recalibrating. Cellular memories reorganizing. Timelines collapsing. Quantum identity transmission complete. And if this transmission resonated with you, if you felt the frequency shift as you listened, subscribe to this channel. Because we're not here to give you more content. We're here to collapse timelines with you. Every video is a frequency recalibration, not a lesson. Turn on notifications, not so you don't miss a video, but so you don't miss the exact transmission your nervous system needs next. And leave a like, not for the algorithm, but as an energetic signature that says, I'm choosing coherence over consumption. Quantum Reset Protocol. Precision Engineering of Personal Frequency. Day 1. Frequency Mapping. Assessment. Methodology. Nervous System Scanning. Tools required. Journal. Uninterrupted space. Objective. Identify current vibrational blueprint. Resistance checkpoint. Tendency to intellectualize versus feel. Success. Signal. Visceral body response. Not mental understanding. Frequency assessment. Protocol. 1. Somatic tracking. Close eyes. Scan internal landscape. Note emotional physical static. Locate areas of contraction expansion. 2. Timeline visualization. Map current reality's energetic imprint. Identify unconscious commitment points. Reveal hidden frequency anchors. 3. Quantum calibration. Breathe into discovered landscapes. Release judgment. Allow pure observation. Journal prompt. The frequency I'm currently broadcasting is resistance handling. When mental analysis starts, return to breath. Feeling is the language, not thinking. Quantum frequency descent. Corporate metamorphosis. The facade of success. Corner office. Hollow core. Imagine. Pristine corner office. Panoramic city view. $5,000 Brioni suit. Rolex GMT master. External metrics screaming success, while internally a nuclear meltdown rages. Survival frequency signature. 4 a.m. panic attacks. Cortisol as primary metabolic fuel. Achievements feeling like temporary oxygen masks. Constant low-grade terror of losing everything. Breakthrough moment. The body refuses compliance. Health doesn't negotiate. Adrenal system crashes, not a breakdown. A quantum interrupt. Diagnostic scan. Nervous system operating at 287% stress capacity. Mitochondrial efficiency, 22%. Creativity. Bandwidth, 0. Authentic power, dormant. The quantum paradox. More presence, less effort. 90-day frequency, recalibration. Protocol. Week 1-3. Nervous system restoration. Replace caffeine with coherence practices. Breath as primary performance enhancement. Eliminate survival-based decision matrices. Week 4-6. Frequency engineering. Redefine productivity as energy management. Quantum alignment replaces hustle. Meetings become transmission spaces. Week 7-9. Identity collapse. External structure remains. Internal operating system completely transformed. Revenue increases 37% while working 60% less. Key transmission. Success is a frequency, not an achievement. Quantum timing. Decoding the frequency of manifestation. The illusion of divine timing. Deconstructed manifestation is not a cosmic waiting room. It's a precision instrument of frequency alignment. Intention manifestation gap mechanics. Signal inconsistency markers. Frequency. Wobble detection. Quantum coherence calibration. The wobble spectrum. 1. Clean signal. Instant manifestation. No resistance. Total body-mind alignment. Mixed signal. Partial manifestations. Sporadic results. Internal conflict visible. 3. Contaminated signal. Persistent blocking. Unconscious sabotage. Survival frequency. Dominant surrender mechanism. Not passive acceptance, but quantum recalibration. Stopping the internal war. Releasing attachment. Becoming the frequency. Not chasing the outcome. Pivoting versus persisting. Frequency intelligence. Not yet. Clean signal. Incomplete download. Not this. Wrong timeline. Fundamental misalignment. Quantum patience. An active, intelligent state. Not waiting. Listening. Allowing without resignation transmission complete. Manifestation is a living, breathing frequency conversation between your essence and infinite potential. Quantum metaphors. Reality's hidden transmission codes. Tuning fork. Resonance mechanics. Physical principle. When one fork vibrates, another matching frequency responds instantly. No effort, pure alignment. Spiritual translation. You are the fundamental vibration. Reality is the responsive medium. Alignment happens before manifestation. Matching, not manipulating. Quantum application. Become the frequency of your desired reality. World recalibrates to your internal signal. Manifestation is sympathetic vibration, not personal achievement. Hologram. Interference pattern of consciousness. Creation. Mechanism. Laser light intersecting. Creating three-dimensional information beyond individual. Light beams. Consciousness. Mapping. Whole contains part. Part contains whole. You are both the projector and the projection. Change frequency. Rewrite entire holographic field manifestation intelligence. Not adding something external. Shifting interference pattern. Rearranging fundamental information codes. Quantum entanglement. Instantaneous connection. Physics revelation. Particles connected beyond physical space. Change one. Other transforms simultaneously. Spiritual transmission. Desire already exists. You're not attracting, you're remembering. Alignment is recognition, not creation. Embodiment protocol. Drop efforting. Recognize connection. Allow instantaneous transfer. Become the frequency of inevitability. Quantum truth. Reality is a living, breathing conversation between your essence and infinite potential, where observation creates worlds and frequency determines everything. The quantum radio parable, frequency versus effort. 2 operators, 1 quantum radio, infinite possibilities. Operator 1, the analyzer, 30-day trajectory, day 1 to 7, obsessive manual reading, day 8-15, diagnostic attempts, day 16 to 22, frustration escalation, day 23 to 30, existential breakdown, mental landscape, believes radio is a machine, thinks understanding equals activation, treats manifestation as mechanical process, sees frequency as intellectual concept operator. 2. The embodier, 30-day trajectory, immediate harmonic resonance, subtle adjustments, calm reception, effortless, transmission quantum intelligence, knows radio is living system, understands frequency as state of being, treats manifestation as natural flow, experiences frequency as embodied wisdom. The radio, not a device, but a consciousness translator, translates internal state into external reality, responds to coherence, not complexity, amplifies dominant frequency, instantaneously collapses potential. 5 tuning techniques. 1. Nervous system calibration. 2. Emotional frequency stabilization. 3. Somatic alignment protocols. 4. Breath coherence practices. 5. Quantum listening learning moment. The radio was never broken. The operator was. Revelation. Manifestation is not about getting. It's about becoming a clear, consistent transmission. Breath. The quantum collapse mechanism. Physiological alchemy. Breath as living quantum translator. 20,000 daily wave particle collapses. Oxygen. Potential. Form. CO2. Form. Potential. Continuous manifestation cycle. Quantum breath architecture collapse. Mechanics. Potential. Observation. Transformation. Release. Infinite regenerative loop. Consciousness transmission protocols. Wave states of breathing. 1. Survival breath. Shallow. Sympathetic nervous system. Scarcity frequency. Quantum resistance. 2. Manifestation. Breath. Deep diaphragmatic. Parasympathetic activation. Abundance frequency. Quantum receptivity. 3. Timeline shifting breath. Coherent oscillation. Precise rhythm. Neurological recalibration. Instant potential collapse. Breathwork sequence. 5-minute quantum alignment. Practice. 4 counts, inhale. 7 counts, hold. 8 counts, exhale. Repeat. 11 cycles. Breath is not just survival. Breath is your primary quantum engineering tool. Quantum timeline divergence. 1 life, 2 realities. Misaligned timeline. The struggle frequency. You wake before your alarm, heart already racing. Anxiety floods your system before consciousness fully arrives. Phone in hand within seconds. Scrolling through algorithmic despair. Comparison feeds. News cycles of global tension. Social media's curated suffering. Your nervous system is already in combat mode. Breakfast is rushed, forgotten. Coffee as survival mechanism, not nourishment. Each task feels like swimming against current. Emails pile up faster than you can respond. Meetings feel like emotional warfare. Your body carries years of unprocessed tension. Shoulders locked, jaw clenched, breath shallow and fragmented. By midday, you're already exhausted. Not physical tiredness, but a deeper existential drain. Everything requires Herculean effort. Money feels scarce. Opportunities seem closed. You're constantly explaining, defending, proving your worth. The world feels like a system designed to reject you. Interactions become transactional. Relationships feel like negotiations. Your inner dialogue is a relentless critic. Not enough, not fast enough, not successful enough. Each interaction leaves you more depleted. You're surviving, not living. Evening arrives with accumulated tension. Scrolling becomes numbing mechanism. Sleep is restless, filled with unresolved frequencies of struggle. Aligned timeline. The resonance frequency. You wake naturally. Nervous system knows safety. No urgency, no panic. Breath flows like a gentle wave. Body feels like an ally. First moments are sacred. Presence, not performance. Breakfast is intentional nourishment. Each bite feels like communication with your cellular intelligence. Coffee becomes a ritual, not a survival tool. Your morning carries a different texture. Spacious, collaborative. Work becomes creative flow. Emails feel like conversations, not battles. Meetings are generative. Ideas emerge without friction. Your presence transforms spaces. People feel something different around you. Not your words, but your frequency. Synchronicities appear everywhere. Right messages, right people, right timing. Not by accident, but by vibrational alignment. Money moves through you, not from scarcity, but abundance. Opportunities don't just appear, they recognize you. Interactions become sacred exchanges. Relationships are not transactions, but quantum collaborations. Your inner dialogue is a loving mentor. You are exactly where you need to be, becoming who you're designed to be. Evening arrives with expansive energy. Gratitude isn't a practice, but a natural state. Sleep is deep restoration, not escape. The quantum truth, same person, same 24 hours, different frequency, Different reality. Quantum consciousness. The childhood manifestation code. Theta state. The natural quantum portal. Brainwave frequency. 4.8 Hz. Direct quantum field access. Imagination as reality creation mechanism. No separation between thought and manifestation. Childhood manifestation architecture. 1. Pure belief mechanism. No historical evidence required. Instant vibrational matching. Emotional intensity as primary signal. Zero cognitive interference. 2. Embodiment without self-consciousness, no internal judgment. Complete energetic congruence. Immediate frequency broadcasting. Trauma-free nervous system. 3. Rapid manifestation protocols. Desire emerges. Instantaneous cellular alignment. No mental processing delay. Continuous quantum flow. Societal conditioning. Breakdown. Manifestation interruption. Points. Educational systems prioritizing logic. Trauma-based survival mechanisms. Rational mind overriding intuitive intelligence. Collective agreement on limitation. Adult quantum reprogramming. Restoration strategies. Theta state meditation. Somatic trauma release. Nervous system. Recalibration. Imagination rehabilitation. Emotional fluidity training. Quantum gateway reopening practices. 1. Child state breathwork. 2. Limbic system recalibration. 3. Belief frequency deprogramming. 4. Somatic imagination activation. Key insight. Manifestation never left. You were systematically trained to disconnect. Quantum timeline prophecy. 30-day frequency activation. Prophecy. Architecture quantum forecasting mechanism. Probability fields. Vibrational matching. Instantaneous communication across timelines. Frequency as primary attractor. Prophecy. 1. 72-hour quantum contact mechanism. Unresolved potential energy from past connections seeking completion. Prophecy. Within 72 hours of stabilizing this frequency, someone from your past will contact you with a strategic opportunity that has been waiting in knock. Quantum suspension. Recognition markers. Unexpected communication. Feels synchronistic. Carries potential energy. No logical explanation. Quantum instructions. Receive without explanation. Do not overanalyze. Respond with open nervous system. Understand this is timeline correction, not coincidence. Prophecy 2, Week 2. Unexpected abundance. Mechanism. Frequency disrupts scarcity programming. Prophecy. Before day 14, you will receive unexpected financial flow from a forgotten or overlooked source. Quantum markers. Money arrives without effort. Source seems random. Feels like quantum correction. Breaks previous money patterns. Activation protocol. Accept without resistance. Feel gratitude, not surprise. Recognize as frequency manifestation. Prophecy 3. Closed door quantum reopening mechanism. Vibrational coherence dissolves previous energetic blockages. Prophecy. Before day 21, a previously closed opportunity or relationship pathway will unexpectedly reopen. Quantum signals. Sudden communication. Unexpected invitation. Feels like natural progression. No forced action required. Integration strategy. Stay energetically neutral. Do not manipulate. Allow quantum intelligence to guide. Prophecy. 4. Cellular timeline. Jump mechanism. Nervous system frequency override. Prophecy. Around day 25, you will experience a complete physiological state change. Energy, clarity, and cellular vitality will dramatically shift. Quantum markers. Sudden metabolic. Upgrade. Unexplained physical healing. Emotional clarity. Increased intuitive capacity. Embodiment instructions. Trust the transformation. Do not resist. Allow quantum recalibrations. Prophecy. 5. Relationship. Quantum realignment mechanism. Frequency attracts resonant connections. Prophecy. In the final week, a relationship will enter or transform in a way that feels like quantum correction. Quantum signals. Effortless connection. Immediate understanding. No previous patterns. Feels like see. Remembering, not meeting interaction protocol. Receive without attachment. Understand. This is frequency communication. Prophecy. 6. Professional timeline collapse. Mechanism. Vibrational coherence attracts aligned opportunities. Prophecy. Unexpected professional synchronicity will emerge, feeling more like recognition than application. Quantum markers. Opportunities find you. No traditional effort required. Feels like natural progression. Integration strategy. Stay open. Trust quantum. Intelligence prophecy. 7. Complete timeline upgrade. Mechanism. Full nervous system frequency transformation. Prophecy. By day 30, you will recognize yourself as a completely different energetic being. Quantum signals. Total perspective shift. Unexplained inner peace. Synchronistic living. Effortless manifestation. Final instruction. Screenshot. Document. Witness your quantum transformation. The prophecy is already in motion. Reality hacking. Consciousness as quantum simulation engine. Core architecture. Reality as dynamically rendered consciousness platform. Primary operating systems. 1. Observation. Render protocol. Only observed segments fully materialized. Unobserved potential exists as probability wave. Consciousness acts as rendering processor. 2. Frequency calibration mechanism. Emotional state determines graphic fidelity. Belief systems function as primary programming language. Neural networks act as quantum compilation environment. Simulation mechanics. Rendering process. 99% of physical matter. Empty space. Consciousness agreement creates solidity illusion. Quantum field responds to observer's expectation. Reality updates in 10 or 44-second intervals. Consciousness programming language. Core syntax. Emotion. Primary variable. Belief. Compilation instruction. Attention. Processing power. Intention. Execution command. Reality. Hacking protocols. Simulation. Manipulation techniques. 1. Frequency alignment. Tune internal state to desired outcome. Broadcast consistent emotional signal. Maintain vibrational coherence. 2. Probability collapse. Focus dissolves quantum uncertainty. Observation creates definitive manifestation. Conscious intention overrides default programming. 3. Neural reprogramming. Interrupt habitual thought patterns. Install new belief systems. Recalibrate default rendering parameters. Advanced simulation. Insights. You're simultaneously player and programmer. Physical reality. Responsive holographic interface. Consciousness creates, not reflects. Limitations are programmed, not inherent. Quantum sovereignty markers. Recognizing reality as malleable code. Understanding perception creates experience. Releasing collective limitation. Agreements. Embracing radical responsibility, reality modification. Sequence. Step-by-step simulation. Hack. 1. Identify current rendering parameters. 2. Interrupt automatic processing. 3. Install new frequency. 4. Stabilize quantum intention. 5. Allow manifestation protocol. Warning protocol. Simulation will test commitment. Expect resistance. Maintain vibrational integrity. Trust quantum intelligence. Evolutionary directive. You are not experiencing reality. You are continuously generating it. Quantum resistance architecture. Evolutionary survival mechanism. Decoded resistance defined. Neurological transformation, defense system. Primary function. Protect existing energetic configuration. Resistance origin points. 1. Survival neural programming. Familiar. Safe. Change. Potential threat. Nervous system preservation protocol. 2. Collective consciousness agreements. Inherited limitation patterns. Generational trauma frequencies. Societal conditioning layers. Resistance manifestation. Signals. Physiological indicators. Sudden fatigue. Unexplained anxiety. Procrastination. Impulses. Physical tension. Mental fog. Sabotage behaviors. Intrusive negative thoughts. Quantum resistance. Mechanics. Vibrational recalibration. Process resistance. Energy. Attempting stabilization. Not personal failure. Evolutionary upgrade. Mechanism. Nervous system. Reorganization. Resistance intelligence protocol. Compassionate transformation approach. 1. Observation without judgment. Witness resistance neutrally. Understand. As protective mechanism. No internal conflict. 2. Nervous system. Dialogue. I recognize you're trying to protect me. We are safe in this new frequency. Thank you for your service. 3. Energetic recalibration techniques. breath regulation, somatic awareness, frequency stabilization. 4. Surrender, not struggle. Allow resistance to move through, do not suppress. Maintain vibrational integrity. Breakthrough case studies. Resistance transformation profiles. Profile A. Fought resistance. Profile B. Surrendered through resistance. Advanced resistance dissolution. Quantum reprogramming sequence 1. Recognize resistance signature. 2. Validate protective intention. 3. Communicate safety. 4. Breathe expansively. 5. Return to desired frequency. 6. Allow natural dissolution. Evolutionary perspective. Resistance is not enemy. It's your consciousness preparing for upgrade. Treat with curiosity, compassion, intelligence. Quantum sovereignty. Reminder, resistance means you're close to breakthrough. Not a stop sign, but a transformation gateway. So here's what we've uncovered together. Resistance isn't your enemy. It's your evolutionary intelligence preparing you for the most profound upgrade of your consciousness. Every signal of hesitation, every moment of doubt is actually your nervous system reorganizing itself to hold a frequency you've never sustained before. I've distilled this entire quantum transformation process into something called the Frequency Activation Protocol, a precise transmission designed to guide you through this neural recalibration. It's not just another course or guide. It's a vibrational roadmap that speaks directly to your nervous system's intelligence, bypassing mental resistance and plugging you into your most coherent timeline. Inside the Frequency Activation Protocol, you'll find not information, but a living transmission, quantum integration practices, somatic recalibration sequences, and frequency stabilization techniques that work at the cellular level. This isn't about learning something new. This is about remembering who you've always been beneath the layers of conditioning. If this resonates, if you've felt these words not just as content, but as a frequency transmission, then the link is waiting in the pinned comment. But don't go there to consume. Go there to activate, to collapse the timeline that's been waiting for you. And if this transmission touched something deep, subscribe to this channel, not to get more content, but to continue this quantum conversation. Turn on notifications, not so you don't miss a video, but so you don't miss the exact frequency your nervous system needs next. Leave a like, not for the algorithm, but as an energetic signature that says, I'm choosing coherence over consumption. Your timeline is not something happening to you. It's something you're continuously generating. And in this moment right now, you're collapsing a reality that's been waiting for you to simply say yes. Not through effort, but through allowing. Not through force, but through frequency. The inevitable has already begun.